Oh, I was muted. Hello. Off to a great start today. I have no real announcements aside from the thank you from last month's Kickstarter. For they came from Classified and they came from Cyclops' Cave. But I believe we thanked everyone last week when I had the numbers right in front of me. So I won't, I hate the term beat a dead horse because it just sounds awful, but I won't beat a dead horse. With that, I have nothing else for you. I know we have Onyx Path Con coming up soon. I believe in June, but I'm not sure I can talk too much about it. Not that I know everything about it. I'm not that important. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started by meeting our Scions, shall we?
Hey guys, Charles here. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and I'm going to fix a PlayStation 5 today.
Hello, I'm Gregor, and just so our storyteller knows, he is that important. We all treasure him.
What's up? I'm MAJIN. Yeah, I love you, ST.
They say this, but they know compliments make you uncomfortable, so they just want to see me flustered and that won't save them today, though. That's okay. So with that being said, let's jump into at least the recap for today's episode of Scion Godsend.
Hit it, Gregor.
With myself having to pull up some other things for this event, and Charles suffering a terrible fever, in case you guys haven't noticed, powering through and, soldiering on through the stream today. And MAJIN, I believe, just not wanting to. I think the recap falls to you, Gregor.
As it should. As we all know, I have palace of memory both in and out of character. Anyways, so what ended up happening was, we realized, it's been a couple days, and for some reason Mario Girl was still going on. I proceeded to not take any interest in this and being the amazing detective that I am. But my two companions picked up on this weird oddity. And it wasn't until a certain fluffy eldritch horror came in and told me that there was something odd happening that I finally, as the amazing detective that I am, listened to the one thing that would get me to investigate my dog. Shows how much trust I have in these people. Investigation led to a saloon-looking establishment. Really odd, considering the area we were in, but I'm sure there's a market for everything. Anyways, we found our good friend Phil. He was holding the entire city hostage, it appears. Recruiting for his dad, that most horrible of entities, the King in Yellow. He proceeded to have a conversation with us where he once again attempted recruitment and failed horribly. I just don't think that I think there's some fundamental difference between the two of us that he simply can't get past. He left, sent a bunch of trivial targets after us. We, being the heroes we are, walked through them, quite literally. Then proceeded to bed down for the night. In the morning, the two madmen who continued to harass us woke us and accosted us. Fortunately, this day I was able to escape this absolutely brutal exercise they force us to do every day.
The instructors. Okay.
Yes. After that, we proceeded to go to the what was it called? I almost wanted to say autocracy.
A name that is whispered in most cases, except for the most bold of Scion. The name of the autocracy, I should clarify, is not viewed as an insult by the gods, but people in the Scions tend to maybe we shouldn't fucking call it that. The Scion card competition is acceptable as well.
We call it the autocracy as why should we fear what mortals and others may judge? Anyways, he said being the scion of an eldritch entity who does not comprehend mortals to their fullest. Anyways, we went there. A clever trick was played, expecting Charles to simply be a bulwark against a machine. However, Charles and his actually quite clever maneuvers proceeded to just completely disintegrate a machine in a competition that was basically, we're going to hit you with a truck and see how far you fly. Person who moves the littlest wins. Charles, I truly believe he won the competition if it was solely based on that merit, but they proceeded to declare it a tie because extra points are given if you don't damage the vehicle. And the other guy, through a clever ploy of my own, damaged the vehicle a little bit, but good old Charles proceeded to completely decimate the vehicle, but did not move a single inch, a single centimeter, a single millimeter. I truly believe he should have won, but it was declared a tie. Maybe next year he will come back and, win. Then, while we were doing that, MAJIN had decided he wasn't going to watch Charles kill himself, and so he walked away because he wasn't going to watch it. And last I recall, in my weirdly omniscient perspective at this moment, MAJIN was currently being accosted by some Russian motorcycle gang member. Which, if I also recall, his pantheon doesn't like the Russians. And who
That
likes
aged really
Russians
well.
right now?
Rough. Excellent. Thank you, Gregor. Small corrections just for my personal taste. Motorcycle club, we're gonna say. We all have disagreements on this matter. Being who I am, growing up around the people I did, motorcycle club. I love my brothers. You guys know who you
for
are.
Motorcycle Mafia.
No, true.
It's
But then we
alliteration.
can call them M&Ms.
Anyway, let's begin. As you stated, we left off with you guys, just making friends all over the place. Charles, you were declared this competition. This portion of the competition was declared a tie. This goes on to the judge kind of goes on to explain like the event is a tie. The young gentleman who you tied with, long hair, shirtless with that moving dragon tattoo, was kind of just eyeing you. We'll start with you.
Okay. A tie. That's fair. I did blow the truck up.
For the event, perhaps. For this
Yeah, is there anything else you think you're good at?
instance, overall, I think, he looks to the judge, we can agree we know who the winner is. The judge kind of looks.
Because I didn't compete.
True. Multiple tests were given. Only one competed in by our newcomer here. Kind of gestures towards you. It would not be fair to declare this whole section of the competition a tie. But what do you think?
Well, what are the other events? I'll compete in those real quick.
Oh no, you misunderstand. He kind of whispers to you. You misunderstand. Like there was multiple. He stopped multiple trucks. We didn't just start with semis. Are you fucking crazy? We're not nuts.
Well, then bring the multiple trucks on. I'll blow those up too.
That's not. You're missing the point of the stopping power competition. You don't.
I stopped it.
Look, shut the fuck up. Let me do my goddamn thing. But what do you think, audience? Should he be allowed to sort of lightning round his way through? Cheering from the crowd. Gregor, still nearby?
Yeah, and I would be on that side. I would be let him lightning round because Charles getting a win here would be amazing.
Nightmare. All right.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Excellent. So, The crowd cheers. You can see this gentleman kind of shoot them all a look. No one seems to, like, make eye contact with him. When he says, "Our audience has spoken. How about you, newcomer? Are you up for it?"
Well, yeah, I threw the idea, right? Like, yeah, I'm down.
Al Bing looks to the gentleman that you stand with. The gentleman, now you know his name being Al Bing, looks to you and just let him compete. Charles, lightning round it is. Same strategy, I'm assuming?
Are they starting from smallest to biggest, or are they like from biggest to smallest?
They're gonna go from smallest to biggest. Minus the semi, it looks like. So, vehicles are being gathered. Same strategy?
I'm not sure he could keep
First
the same
vehicle,
strategy.
does it look like it's four-wheel drive, or does it look like it's
So
front wheel or rear wheel?
the first vehicle you're going up against is hilariously just a dude on a bicycle. He wears this little helmet that has like foam mohawk, and he's just like ding ding, just glaring at you.
Is it at least a
You know what?
big
Yeah,
dude?
same strategy the whole fucking way through. Full send.
Strategy. All right. So we start with a bicycle. We go up to a motorcycle, an ATV, and it just gets progressively bigger from there. You know, you go into a hatchback, and then a 4-door, a van. No one's near the van, right?
No,
Okay.
but the dog is in the van.
Log up again?
Dog is in the van. All right. Cool. Fantastic. So, we'll come back to you very shortly, Charles. Raise the city on everything that comes near you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Outstanding.
Especially the dude on the bike.
Gregor, you see this coming. Dude on the bike is just like, ding ding, and just ready to pedal.
Poor fool. Poor fool.
Sick. MAJIN, we'll rejoin you in this moment. You have been, as Gregor recapped, accosted by a Russian gentleman wearing a motorcycle vest, the cut of his club very clearly marked as he's got multiple patches along the side. He, I believe, last challenged you, or told you to leave the competition. You asked him if you would settle it on the track.
Yeah. I thought he threw a punch already.
He was, correct. So, what would you like to do? You can choose to defend.
Can I take like a full defense to double my defense pool?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do that then. Seven successes.
7 successes. Take a little narrative control. He throws this punch. What's this look like when you take full defense?
I eat that. And I don't move. His hand quivers as soon as it makes contact with my jaw. And I look him dead in the face.
I'll allow it. So you give no purchase. The skin, of course, kind of when you are hit, kind of cushions a little bit. But you force through and just keep staring him down. He looks at you with this inquisitive look. Just strong man.
It's my turn. I'm swinging.
By all means. He is also going to take a full defense.
Five successes.
Apologies. That is 8 successes. Similarly to you, he takes the punch, not moving. There's a grin on his face. Both of you did not suffer an injury condition, but, striking, you taste a little bit of blood in your mouth where impact has caused some blood in your gums. Similar to him, that smile tainted red along his porcelain teeth. Very well. On the trek, then.
Glad you came to your senses.
He marches over to the individual who just was setting you up for a race yourself. Can see very clearly he's kind of giving this gentleman orders. Looks like at this point you will be the next to race.
There ain't no funny business going on.
Would you like to check?
I say it out loud.
Fair enough. You see the onlookers kind of look to you, look to him. You can recognize a few others wearing his same cut, that leather vest. You can see the insignia on the back, the main patch. Confirming your suspicions. Part of the Earth Flames MC.
Mm.
So, with this, Gregor, while this is all getting set up for Charles, there's a whole separate crowd. You can hear kind of like, ooh, ooh! You look over and see MAJIN is in an altercation. Looks like they are going to settle some things with a race.
Well, I don't imagine I can watch both events, can I?
It would be relatively difficult. Charles is
I think Charles will
working
likely
up.
win his event, but I'd like to see Margins in case something screwy happens, because he just... there was violence. So I'll
Understood.
move over to that.
So, you move over to this. We rejoin Charles very quickly as this gentleman on a bicycle, is barreling towards you, pedaling as fast as his legs can carry him. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna shatter that fucking bicycle.
You do this. It won't even require a Dex Athletics roll for on contact. It's a bicycle. You do this. You grip onto the handlebars, activating Raise the City, sort of shattering it with your grip, sort of shrapnel of metal and aluminum go flying around you, along with the gentleman on the bicycle as well, just kind of flies over your head going, "Whoa!" Not moving an inch.
Was that Steve-O?
Next up, times are tough, alright? Next up, as an individual on a motorcycle, there seems to be a speed bike sort of positioned. This individual looks a lot more relaxed, let's say. Kind of calls out to you. Hey, this isn't my bike and all, but you know that the goal is to limit damage too, right?
My only goal is to not move.
All right, man, suit yourself. Countdown is given. Comes barreling towards you. Again, I'm not going to require a roll for this. There are those that would argue I probably should, but with your level of, let's say, godhood, this should be trivial at best, especially with activating Raise the City. So, is that the ability? Is that the go-to? Just want to confirm.
That is the go-to for this competition.
Excellent. He comes barreling towards you. No helmet, no protective gear really on him. You sort of make eye contact as you touch the front of the bike, activating Master of the World, gripping your fingers just a bit, shattering the motorcycle. There's a smile on his face. Kind of reaches out as he flies overhead for a high five.
I'm gonna fucking make a roll to give him a high five.
Okay. Dex Athletics, please.
Alright. I got 5.
Excellent. You touch his hand. Briefly, you feel the skin-on-skin contact as, you know, the lug nuts and bolts and things, the gas tank flies overhead. Briefly, you feel the skin-on-skin contact. There's a high five, and then he's gone. You hear a voice to your left speak. Nice! Him, standing untouched, uninjured, next to you.
Oh, you sidestepped it.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume you would want to do more than just, this is going to, like, the crowd's loving it, but they're going to get bored. You know that, right?
You think so? Am I allowed to do anything to the ground?
You know, I don't think it's ever come up.
Well, I guess we can make it come up. What's next?
Looks out. Individual on an ATV. That guy.
That's probably the wrong one to do this with.
If it's any consolation, I think you're getting the hatchback next.
Ooh, that's the one I'll do. Yeah, we'll do it with the hatchback. The ATV I'll treat as normal.
All right, man. Good luck. Pats you on the back. You continue. Gregor, you go over to MAJIN. You guys have a moment as the track is being prepared. Now, per your request, your original request, MAJIN, this was a drag strip race.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know the difference out of character.
Drag strip is just a straight line. I'll say typically, normally, depending on what kind of motorcycle he's about to use, a drag strip. Well, I mean, I've seen speed bikes lose it in the corners to cruisers, as weird as it is. You have a cruiser. Normally, a speed bike will be able to take you in speed, so a drag strip is not your best bet. But depending on the level of turns and tight corners, a speed bike would have the advantage as well. I'm not saying that I favor speed bikes. These are just facts.
Yeah, it's
I
like speed's in
want-
the name for a reason or something.
Whatever race can give us as a fair balance as possible.
Okay.
I don't want no competitive edge.
Understood. That would just be a circuit, just a circle. Think NASCAR, 4 corners. No tight turns, no swerves, no snake way. So, if that is the request, you can simply make that known.
I'll put a suggestion out there. I'll let him decide if he want to make it balanced or not.
Understood. I should clarify as well. The circuit will give you the most even playing field. He's on a speed bike, but the larger the speed bikes get, so what is called a leader bike, a Hayabusa, a Suzuki Hayabusa, is large and heavy, and it's my baby. I want one so goddamn bad. It's big and bulky, and it's just a bullet. So it's fast on straightaways. The turns, it kind of does not do as its 750 or even 250 counterparts.
I'll be honest. I'm a poser right now because I know nothing about what you're saying.
That's okay. I'll teach you things. It's okay. I love motorcycles, guys.
I know. That's your baby.
Yeah. I need new tires.
Hayabusa. Any kin to Ryu Hayabusa?
What's that?
Said Hayabusa. Any kin to Ryu Hayabusa?
Any kin? No, Hayabusa, the motorcycle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's kind of lame.
Fight me! You leave my Busa be! Alright. Unnecessarily hostile. So you go make this known. Gregor, you see MAJIN speaking with the judge.
Okay. I don't have anything to do here, really. I know there's a race happening.
Okay.
But I expect foul play based on the fact that they seem to have smacked each other beforehand.
Okay. Gregor, kindly, since you're the only one not occupied, really, and you're just kind of keeping an eye out for foul play, a cunning roll. Things you would need to notice things. Foul play or strangers in the crowd alike.
Okay. Could see... I don't know. Integrity is my go-to to read the situations. That work?
Makes perfect sense to me.
Okay. Only 2 successes.
2 successes. Everything seems to be in order here. Everything seems to be on the up and up. You keep an eye out. People that do catch your eye are a gentleman that was previously in this little workshop area. You can see female presenting, I should say. She appears to be just kind of on the lookout as well. She's watching as well. But you don't get any, like, bad vibes, really, from her. She's had her workshop set up and is just kind of watching the competitions.
Okay. Okay. I'm a great detective.
Indeed you are. So, Charles, go through this little by little. ATV, same effect, raise the city. Dude goes flying over your head. Yeah. Next up, the hatchback is...
For the hatchback, I'd like to get into a 3-point stance, like in football.
Nice.
One hand on the ground.
Taking a new stance, the crowd's kind of like murmuring, like, oh, that's new. He was just sitting in a horse stance for like 10 minutes. What's he doing? You can see somebody like he's probably just tired. Horse sense is a pain in the ass to hold.
I'm gonna use raise the city on the ground in front of me.
Now, we did discuss this and what would be the effect based on intent. Raise the city is meant for skyscrapers, buildings, and things. Though I see no reason. It's sort of a yes and power, much as Scion is a very yes and system. Why we love it. Raise the city on the ground in front of you. What is the intent?
To make the vehicle lose as much traction and leverage as possible by the time it gets to me. So, basically, to make a skyscraper deep hole of gravel.
Skyscraper deep hole of gravel. All right. So just a straight line of just explosion.
Yeah, but I'm thinking it would be about the width, like same dimensions as a skyscraper.
Excellent. Simple enough. When do you do this? Like I said, with the semi, there was no driver. There seems to be some sort of knack or power in place over the vehicle itself. So as soon as the vehicle starts and just starts moving towards you?
I would say once it breaks the halfway point.
Excellent. You do this. I'll allow some narrative control. What's this look like, Charles?
I don't know. I've never seen a vehicle like drive from solid ground straight into gravel that wasn't on solid ground, but was just straight gravel.
I have. It's really fun. This hatchback begins to drive solid ground, moving forward. You activate Raise the City on the ground. The earth begins to shake. Gregor, MAJIN, you feel this. You look instinctually over at Charles, because surely he has something fucking to do with this. You see he's in a 3-point stance, gripping rock and stone with his hand. His muscles very clearly showing in his forearms as he's kind of gripping into the stonework and the dirt. Straight in front of him, exploding outwards, is this crack, this crackling that kind of spreads out in spider webs. The size of a skyscraper. A small earthquake takes place. This crater begins to form. The vehicle begins to kind of swerve, trying to make its way toward its target. It loses traction very quickly, and kind of comes to a stop thanks to just falling into one of the indents, like a pothole that is created just right in front of Charles. Earthquake lasts for about 4 seconds.
Well, guess they can't use that place anymore. Now I'm going to make sure there isn't a riot around Charles and they all try to kill him.
No, everyone seems very excited. Everyone's pumped. The judge you can see kind of going over to Charles and telling him something. Charles, you hear him just like, dude, all right, cool, that's fair. But God damn it, you're supposed to do lightning right now. We gotta fix shit. All right, take 5.
All right, I gotta get my PlayStation fixed anyways.
The gentleman, Al Bing, kind of looks over to the crater and looks over to you. Shakes his head. And
Hi, I'm Charles.
I know who you are.
Oh. Okay. Where are we going to play next?
This is not a game. This is a competition. Little monkey. I aim to
Maybe
win.
you're just thinking about it the wrong way.
As careless as your father.
Okay. You want to come with me?
He rolls his eyes and begins to walk away.
I'm gonna make you like me.
Charles,
I'm gonna go get the PlayStation.
go retrieve the PlayStation from the van. MAJIN and Gregor. Gregor, you alert the judge for a fair competition, a set of a sort of equal ground competition. And I looks and just, yeah, he was hoping for a drag strip. Honestly, I mean that was what I thought you were hoping for a drag strip too. Is that not the case?
Well, originally, yeah. I mean, if that's what he wants, I'll give it to him. But you know, I'm just taking it in consideration of being equal on all parts.
Well, what do you ride?
I got a cruiser.
Right on. Yeah, no, we're all about fairness and equality here, man. This is level competition, man. We're not gonna give him a fair advantage. I got you.
All right.
Begins to round up his crew. Looks like he's got siblings that are working this crew that readies the races themselves. They all look exactly alike. It's a sort of Nurse Joy, Officer Jenny situation. It looks like
We ran out of budget. We have to use the same puppet each time.
every time. So they make your race ready. He pulls up all white Hayabusa. I would encourage you guys to look up a picture of a Hayabusa. They're really fucking pretty. Shut up, Charles. All white Hayabusa. You see the logo on the side in sort of gray coloring. There seems to be a red insignia on the front. Just looks like a red star. Yeah, and surrounded by a flame.
He pulls up next to me.
Ready for the track to be set up. He wears his cut. You see it's got some straps along the side to suit his waist. Fully zipped up at this point. He's got black boots. He wears gloves with the Kevlar knuckles. He wears a helmet that looks like it's Scorpion made, the brand Scorpion. So there's a S along the front or on the top for where the forehead would be. Simple, black. Looks like he's had a few. He's gone down a few times. So there's some scrapes along the side. Looks to be an older helmet.
Well, you want to put anything on the line?
What did you have in mind?
I don't know how long you said you kept us out. What was it? 7 years? 10 years?
I have kept you out for 7 years.
7 years. I mean, if I win, let's just say you share that same time with us.
He looks toward his club brothers and kind of eye him. Agreed. 7 years absence from the competition. I looked forward to never seeing you again.
I'm gonna just smile and just prepping my bike.
Excellent. You do this. You prep your bike. Anyone looking on, you see, rather Gregor, you've seen him do this before as well. The crowd sees you feed sugar cubes, small apple slices and things into the gas tank. Everyone kind of looks and is like, oh shit. That's a fucking dark on wind horse. You know, that's why is he putting that? Isn't sugar bad for? Isn't that like a taboo? Like, no, dude, that's not a that's a dark on wind horse. You can see the The gentleman in the booth kind of looks and says, just kind of nods. He pets the side of his own motorcycle. Nothing really fed into the gas tank. When you see him get off and take a knee near the edge, you can see early on in your visitation, or rather just after your visitation, your father gave you something, your riding bell. He appears to have one as well. Touches it, kind of holds it in place for a moment, and begins to mutter. You can hear him speak in Russian. But you guys both make your preparations, honor your vehicles, sort of prayer in a way. Exaltation is given. Judge comes up. All right, so we're going to do 3 laps. Does that sound suitable, or you guys want to just... 3 laps is the norm. We can go 7, we can go 5. We can go till you're out of gas or out of steam.
Go ahead and decide, champ.
Tradition. 3 laps. And then he leaves. Judge kind of looks at him, just looks at your bike. Haven't had a wind horse here in a while, man. Crowd's expecting a lot.
Oh. Hopefully they'll be coming in a lot more, so.
Kind of smiles and then looks to the Russian gentleman. His visor's down by now and goes to kind of start the crowd up a bit. Charles, your goal was to get this PlayStation fixed.
Yeah.
Have this PS5. People kind of like, yo, you trying to sell it?
I'll fucking kill you where you stand. You back off.
It was just a question, man. Look, not even Bezos has a PS5. I'm just asking.
People have died for this fucking PlayStation 5 and the controllers we have for it, okay? Like, you don't understand. Like, we went through a fucking harrowing odyssey for this, okay? Where can I take it to get it fixed, though? We had nasty scrap that it got a little roughed up in.
What's wrong with it?
It breaks the games that I put in it. It broke Tekken 7, okay? Like,
Why are you still using discs?
first of all, I agree, alright?
Okay.
Second of all, it wasn't my disc, which makes it worse.
Okay, well, I mean, all right. It might cost you a little bit to fix this. You know, it's probably easier to just sell it up. I mean, I've got $2,000 cash right now.
Yeah, no.
I'll thumb wrestle you for it.
You see what I did with those semis?
Yeah, dude, it's a thumb.
Yeah, imagine what I can do to a thumb.
The fuck is wrong with you? Okay, fine. Look, go over to that guy over there. Actually, you know, for this, you might. Look, I know how important this thing probably is to you, because it'd be a travesty if I had one and it was breaking everything I put in it. Why don't you talk to her? He points to this woman in her workshop.
Is it Lucy?
Sorry?
Is it Lucy?
No. Another woman kind of has stained glasses on, in a heavy, looks like a Carhartt jacket, gloves, jeans, and looks like she's in her own little workshop.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to her. Hi, I'm Charles.
Jesus Christ. You're the dude who's breaking my competition.
Huh? Yeah, I'm giving you a lot of business, right? Anyways, hey, can you fix this for me?
Right to the point, huh?
Well, would you rather I beat around the bush?
I mean, pleasantries? You said your name was Charles?
Yeah, I expected you to tell me your name, but you got on to me for breaking the competition.
Neonis.
Do you have a nickname? You know what? Is it okay if I call you Nis?
This is fine.
All right, nice to meet you, Nis. Will you fix my PlayStation 5, please?
What's wrong with it?
It breaks the games we put into it. Honestly, yeah, just like, whatever. Leave it up to your best discretion, I guess.
I don't know if you can afford my work, man. And this is a PlayStation 5. This is usually not your... Like, this is... I don't want to say this is beneath me, because it's a pretty great system, but this is a little under what I usually work with.
Okay. What'll it cost me?
You just want it fixed?
Or, like, what else can you do to it?
Oh, you're fresh new. Like, new.
Yeah.
Ah. Well, I mean, I can do just about anything you want.
Give me some examples. Let's talk about this.
Well, you see her over there? She points to the, well, another woman. Gregor, you had seen her before. You can see, another woman who's has her own little workshop, and she's kind of watching this interaction happen. She's the, you can go to her and get some stuff taken care of as well. She's a Scion of Hephaestus. I'm sure you can tell by her lovely stare that she doesn't really get along with me too much, but I'm reformed. I'm kind of whispers, Titan spawn.
Oh, okay. No biggie on my part. So you said I need to take it to her?
I mean, you can, or if you would do me a huge favor, as part of this payment, she might ask for something else. I've been really admiring her work lately. I have access to some stuff she doesn't have access to. If you can convince her to work with me on this project, maybe we'll be able to mend, fix a broken bridge. You know what I mean?
Do you have a crush on her?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to be watched every time the competition takes place. Getting pretty sick of it. I know that there was You're new. Doesn't matter.
Okay. On it. See you in a bit, Nisa. I'm gonna head over to the other girl.
Excellent. She immediately looks to you as you step up and is just like, what did she want?
I'm gonna sidestep behind her and be like, basically, she wants you to help her fix my PlayStation 5.
No.
Please?
I'm here to guard this competition and make sure it stays running.
Well, wouldn't you be able to keep a better eye on her if you work together?
The whole competition. I can't exactly afford to take time away from watching everything. You've already broken.
Listen, I asked to make sure that was okay in the first place. All right, like, don't come at me with that. But moving beyond that, is there anything I can do to help convince you otherwise? I'm really broken. This is the price she said. She said she wanted to fix, like, broken bridges or whatever.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I just work here, man.
She used to attack this place all the time, and now she wants to mend broken bridges. This is rich. This is rich.
I mean, why would you have to go out of your way to attack this place? Seems like I feel like I've done a great job of attacking this place while being here.
I'll make you a deal.
What's up?
I'll work with you on this, or I'll work with her on this. Stop breaking my competition.
Mm. What do you define as breaking?
What you did to the floor.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
We only
Yeah,
have
that's
so
fair.
many Scions with the Earth purview. It's not sustainable if you're doing a lightning round like you are.
Okay, that's entirely fair. All right. Then I won't do that again.
You don't have anything else in your arsenal. You just explode.
Well, I don't know exactly what all the rules are,
Yeah.
or what I'm allowed to do, or what I'm
Most
not
people
allowed to do.
ask before they compete. You need to stop the vehicle with trying to do as little damage as possible to it.
Well, anything that I do to it outside of that would be less than what I've been doing. Can I use weapons?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's just stopping
You got
power.
yourself a deal.
Leave it here. I'll take care of it. You just want it fixed? You want upgrades? What?
Give it the works.
Don't break my fucking competition.
I won't break your competition. Is it okay if I come back to you for business in the future with actual money later?
It depends. Let's get through this transaction
I don't know.
first.
I like
Leonis! He
What's your name?
snaps.
I'm Charles.
Yeah.
Chia?
Oh my god. Go! Get!
Fine. Can I see where I was competing before?
Yeah, there are a few Scions kind of touching the earth and causing everything kind of level out. It's all sinking a little bit lower into that crater you put, so it's about a foot low. You can see grass and plants begin to grow, kind of taking over the dirt strip that was once there. You see an individual touch the ground as well, and all the grass and dirt begins to die away, rapidly decaying.
Cool. I'll sidestep over to where I was competing before. The judge who I talked to in the beginning, I'll ask him for my token back.
You think a stick's gonna help
Hey,
you
Connor?
more than you've been?
Yeah. It's cool if I use it, right?
I mean, sure, it kind of drags it along. If you just plant it into the fucking ground, I'm sure it'll be a nice barricade.
No. I'm going to swat this vehicle aside.
Excellent. Charles, we'll get back to you very shortly. MAJIN, or rather, Gregor, you are watching MAJIN as the race is about to begin. Judge steps between the two bikes and says, 3 laps. 7 years on the line, gentlemen. He looks at the crowd. 7 years on the line. Absence from the competition. There's a conversation in the crowd, just kind of murmur, like, we even know these. What's the history between these two? Like, they both got patches. It looks like rival clubs. The judge looks at both and says, anything goes. It's a race. We are children of the gods, chosen and created. Use whatever's in your arsenal. You guys good?
Yeah.
See, the gentleman speaks from under his helmet. A bit muffled. Says, let this begin. Alright, he steps away a little bit and says, on my mark. Raises his hand. Ready. Set. You hear the Busa spring to life as he revs just once. Go. MAJIN, I'm going to need right out of the gate. pilot roll, whatever you want to use for a quick start.
Do I get my 2 enhancement from being in a race?
Specialty, yeah.
As part of the Darkon Wind Horse.
It is, absolutely.
Enhancement is just 2 automatics, right? Or is it 2 extra die? 2 automatics.
2 automatics.
Six
Excellent.
successes.
You see him try to quick start as well. A little bit too heavy on his hand as he revs the throttle and spins the back tire out just enough for you to get a little bit of a lead. You're ahead already, MAJIN. So this race has begun. We're gonna do a series of rolls real quick, and you can interject at any point with anything you might want to use. Let's see if you can keep the lead first off with another pilot roll as you are speeding toward the first corner.
Five successes with the, I guess, 7 total with the enhancements.
Excellent. You keep the lead. He's pulling up. The Busa has the speed advantage on the straightaway. But with you keeping the lead, the Darkon Wind Horse, you can almost feel the gallop. You can feel the breathing and the rush of this horse, the spirit of this horse. It's been a long time since you've raced. It's been a long time since you've been in this sort of competition. I think the last place you raced was in Florida. It's been a number of weeks. And never in a competition like this, against another Scion, against another child of a god. The Wind Horse itself seems to be, more amped, more excited to prove its worth. Another pilot roll, but you have now. Well, a pilot roll from you. Before you make the roll, I'm gonna make a complication real quick. But that's gonna be from him.
Total of 5.
You have a +2 complication. So the complication being, it appears that he's catching up a little bit, not quickly enough. It seems that he has that mindset. He's pulled out a firearm now. This heavy, looks like a 10mm handgun, wreathed in flame, and has fired a shot. The complication being, if you don't buy it off, you are going to suffer. Either you or the motorcycle is going to suffer some injury. Buying it off, you're going to lose some speed.
I can't race my bike. I'll buy it off. Fucking asshole.
Excellent. You buy it off. You swerve in the corner, allowing him to catch up just a bit. Not exactly side by side, but you can glance back, and he's about over to your left, and you are just a little bit ahead of him. So he's a little bit behind you to the left, speeding on his Hayabusa. Coming to that second straightaway. Another pilot check. He's got the weapon trained on you. He isn't fired yet, though. He's going to rely on his pilot skills as well.
5.
Nice. You begin to lose him in the straightaway as he's focusing on keeping the weapon trained as well. It looks like. Is there anything you want to use or want to do in this moment? He's already very clearly made it clear that this is not just going to be a race.
I'm not gonna stoop to his level, you know. So I'm gonna just do my best to dust him.
Excellent.
But if he hits my bike, then that's another thing.
Excellent.
Storyteller,
Yes.
I got a question.
What can I do for you?
Would you consider this a different, what is it, field?
Yes. So this is a new field. You are not active in this field, but you are certainly watching along the sidelines.
Okay. It seems like Charles might have caused a bit of damage to this particular strip a little bit ago that nobody's noticed.
Excellent.
Next time this guy tries to hit MAJIN, he's gonna end up going right into a little pothole.
With a
After Effects.
So with this, the ability you're using, this is Master of the World, correct?
Correct.
Excellent.
2 complications for this.
2 complications. So he's attempting, currently rolled for another complication from MAJIN. MAJIN, you give me a pilot roll. We're gonna see if he can buy off that complication in his own pilot roll and keep that complication active.
6 total.
Excellent. So he goes to fire the weapon again. There is a crack in the earth that causes him to lose a little bit of traction. He fires the weapon. The shot rings out. MAJIN, would you like to buy off the complication? He did not buy off his. He kept his weapon trained to the last moment before he had to swerve and is losing speed.
No. Is he still here? There we go. Yeah, no. I'm gonna keep riding through.
Okay. You said 6?
Yeah, 6.
Okay. You feel a shot graze your shoulder. No damage, no injury condition done. But very clearly this found its mark, at least a little bit. You pass the first checkpoint, the first line in the in this 3-lap race. He is behind you still. Another pilot roll.
Can I use my my path in conjunction with the enhancements I have?
Absolutely. You can choose to invoke
okay.
the path for an enhancement, or to, you can invoke the path for enhancement.
Yeah, I want to. I'll invoke my pilot path for enhancement.
Understood. I believe that is a +2 as well to your rolls. So that's a +4 enhancement you've got there, bud.
Total of 8.
Excellent. You speed up. You feel him right behind you. He's kind of riding that draft that you are making with your own speed. You can go ahead and give me, or rather, what is your? How many dots do you have in cunning?
5.
Okay. You can hear over the rush of wind. You can hear him cry out, "You are a difficult man to kill!" Is there anything called back in return?
Shouldn't be that serious. It's just a race.
Excellent. Just a race. So, another pilot roll for me, please.
Total of 9 successes.
9 successes. You see him. He pulls up, not next to you. He's still just a fraction behind you. Glancing over, you can see his motorcycle. There are flames wreathing from underneath the fairings, the plastic bits of the vehicle itself. The earth and the track seem to shift under his wheels. He's using some sort of ability. He's augmenting his motorcycle somehow.
Interesting.
Let's say we're going to do 3 more rolls. You can see now that he's tucked away the handgun. Clearly not, it didn't serve its purpose. And with only a limited few number of shots for that 10mm. He's tucked it away for now. So let's do 1 of the final 3.
Total of 8.
Right on your tail, in the corner. You begin to lose him in the straight. Along the corner, he dips low. Both of you guys having to kind of lean your body to the side. He leans a little bit lower, allowing his knee to scrape along the side. You can see blood begin to just paint the track. He is very clearly taking this seriously.
Don't lay down now.
A second of the 3.
9 total.
9 total. Excellent. He begins to move forward in this rate. For a brief second, he's neck and neck with you and begins to pass you. You feel yourself, revving the throttle. There's a certain point when you are riding, whenever you are topping out, the throttle doesn't move. It hits a certain point where it stops moving. The bike itself will end up hitting its limit, essentially. There's a certain point where you stop accelerating, especially whenever you're in a race like this where there's curves and things. You know that you need to slow down in those corners, or dip real low. You can feel the wind horse almost calling out as you kind of begin to ease off that throttle. It urges forward. You can feel yourself begin to slow down, ready for the corner. But the bike doesn't slow. The wind horse rushes on. You dip low and lose him in the corner.
One sec.
Yep. With that being said, Charles, over you with your competition. You had a new method.
Yeah. Gonna use my stick.
How do?
Basically, I'm gonna take a batter stance this time. And when the vehicle gets close enough, I'm gonna make use of the messy tag on my boucan. I'm gonna swat this cover away.
Excellent. It is an interesting weapon with many tags purchased through experience, relic dots. So, I'm going to need this next vehicle. You're up from a hatchback. You're up to basically a Toyota Corolla at this point. Reliable vehicle, respectable vehicle. we're going to call this your close combat. And whatever physical attribute you'd like to use.
We're going with might.
Kindly give me that roll. Gregor, did we lose you?
I think Discord is a little funny right now.
Got 7.
7 successes. So take some narrative control, Charles. What's this look like?
Okay. So the Toyota Corolla is barreling down towards me, and as soon as it's within striking range, I just take a fucking Babe Ruth bat, swing at it, and knock it back onto its rear fender. It just stands straight up.
Excellent. This is exactly how it happens. You take the swing, it sort of just... You hear the creak of metal as it sort of sits on its rear fender. Everyone kind of like is silent for a moment. There he goes. Everyone is silent for a moment. We'll press on. We'll see how long this persists. If lasts more than 3 minutes, we'll take a quick break. But you smack this back. The metal frame begins to just creak as it sits on its side. The audience sort of looks out and just, okay, and then the clapping starts to become a roar. Is this going to be the go-to from now on?
I have one other method I want to try.
Okay, you've got essentially, I would say 3 vehicles to get through at this point. You've taken out a Corolla. Next step is going to be this little Ford Ranger. After that, they're going to jump all the way. They're not going to go F-150, 250, 350. They're going to go up to the, right up to the 350. And then you're going to deal with a van.
Cool.
Let me know whenever you want to introduce your method. We're going to do 3 final rolls for you as well for these 3 vehicles.
My new method is going to be, instead of a 3-point stance, I'm going to do a 4-point stance. And then when the vehicle comes up, I'm going to try and swing upwards, and I'm going to use Raise the City to blow out all the internals of the vehicle, basically reducing the weight exponentially.
So a very focused Raise the City.
Mm-hmm.
Difficult to do. Interesting. I'll allow you an attempt at this. Raise the City is not really built for precision. But I'll let you try. Interesting. So, how do you want... I'll give you free reign. What do you want to roll?
Well, I'm thinking athletics and might, and then I don't know. Would I also roll my knack skill?
Yeah. We'll say knack skill roll. So, how many dots do you have in that calling?
2.
Okay. So roll your athletics plus the 2 dots for the calling. We're going to call this a knack skill roll.
Okay. Cool. Got 4.
Understood. You attempt to kind of just flip this up and take out the undercarriage, allowing this to reduce weight and kind of stop it through just sheer lack of momentum. Unfortunately, the lack of precision with Raise the City, with only 4 successes, you accomplished the goal of like knocking it upwards. Unfortunately, it still managed to just explode. Now it's going to rain down car parts.
Fuck.
You see people kind of dodging out of the way, moving back, just like, holy shit!
Well, that didn't go as planned. Sorry, guys. I guess I'll stick to the bat.
Gregor ceased existing for a second. Just a brief glimpse. Just
well, you weren't looking at me, just vanished and then came back.
terrifying.
Like
Charles,
quantum physics.
your second roll. This is next up. This is the 350.
Yeah, I'm going back to the batting. So close combat and might.
You see a gentleman come up to you, a muscular gentleman wearing a plaid shirt, big puffy handlebar mustache. He's got a back-turned hat and says, "Hey man, listen, that was my truck for a good long time. Give her a good send-off, okay?"
Do you want me to treat it like I did the semi as a good send off?
There's like watery eyes. He's looking at you and just says,
Send her to Valhalla?
"Do what you think is best. Just give her a good send-off, okay?"
I got you, brother. I'm gonna set the sword in the ground. I'm gonna get ready to raise the city on this truck.
Okay. Just full obliteration.
Full obliteration.
This will be athletics and whatever you'd like to use in your physical.
Yeah, I'll go with might.
Cool.
I got 8 successes.
8 successes. So the moment it touches your fingertips, you can take narrative control again. It's Raise the City. It's not really a whole lot to change, but you know you were intending to give this vehicle a proper send off. The moment your finger touches the careening F-350 that's rushing towards you, what happens?
As soon as my hands make contact, the entire vehicle is reduced to dust, and the dust is spread apart around me like wings flapping onwards.
You feel your fingers crunch into the metal, and you kind of give a final send-off to this vehicle that is not atomized, but the smallest of the small parts. There's shrapnel all around you. You're suffering small cuts the entire time through this, and you can feel as it parts, it sort of lets little wings loose. You swear you see a woman depart from this plane and drift into the clouds. The gentleman with the mustache kind of just nods, gives you a look, and is just like, so, MAJIN and Charles, both of your final rolls. A van, Charles, is brought forward. They said, we don't really have a lot of vans. This is like the last one. Unless we want to use that one. They point to your guys' van.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Alright, suit yourself. This is probably going to be a little bit anticlimactic then. You see this older van's kind of sputtering forward, spewing out black smoke out of the tailpipe. Your guys' final rolls. MAJIN, a pilot roll. Charles, athletics and whatever you'd like in your physical. Gregor, I need a roll from you as well. Cunning and whatever you'd like to use to notice something.
Ten.
7.
7.
Holy shit, 10? Jeez.
Well, 6 with the +4, so.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Doing integrity, 3.
Excellent. So, multiple things happen at once. Charles, the van comes barreling towards you. It's sort of it's faster than it should be. It's an older model. Looks like it's been hollowed out from for there's nothing really that you can peer at from the inside during looking at the windshield. The moment you touch it, take some narrative control. What does this look like? This is your final flourish. Are we losing Charles? There he is.
It's gonna be barreling towards me, and what? You got me?
Yeah, you're good. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Van's gonna be barreling with me. I'm gonna smack it with the boken.
We may need to take... Okay, looks like you're solid. Move your hands. Nope, we're taking a small break with final rolls made. I guess we'll leave you on a quick cliffhanger as we take a brief intermission as hopefully we can all figure out our tech stuff real quick. Wow, I couldn't have planned that better myself. Right on. We'll be with you guys again very shortly after we resolve some tech issues. See you soon. I fixed it. Not really. But oh God, every single time. Every time. Every time. I swear to God they do it on purpose. Animals. All of you.
You asked, is everybody good? I heard that. I heard, is everybody good? And you just cut.
Animals. All of you people.
It's
Fantastic.
not my fault, Dad.
All right. So we were left on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Charles, take some narrative control. What's this last strike against this van look like?
Yeah, it looks like me swatting the front end and making it do a 360 spin before stopping right in front of me.
Excellent. And so it is done. You smack into the van as it's careening towards you, causing it to sort of spin out in this sort of 360. Three of these 360 turns as it kind of careens back and sort of tilts on its tires and then just falls over on its right side, crushing the rear or the side view mirror. In this same moment, MAJIN, you 10 successes. Hot on your heels, right on your tail. You can feel the victory in your grasp. There is no shot that rings out. There is no foul play. There's no check. Do you look back? Are your eyes firmly fixed on the finish line?
I'm not even fixed on the finish line. I'm just having fun. I'm in a trance of just freedom right now. You might hear Choppy making a call, up in the air or something.
Excellent.
But that's it.
So you sort of let out this call. The wind horse barrels forward toward the finish line. You pass before he does. Right behind you is this Russian gentleman. Gregor, we're watching this race, and multiple things are happening at once. The crowd behind you and to your left is going wild for Charles. The crowd in front of you is cheering for MAJIN. Something along the track begins to take form and emerge. You're the first to notice. It begins to reach out. Looks almost humanoid until it lays its hand on the ground and begins to grow. Scaled hand and arm begin to take shape as what looks like a draconic form begin to appear in the center of the track.
Okay. Kind of just... Or... Hey, we should probably get out of here. To MAJIN, just...
MAJIN's still on the I can't explain how difficult enough to just come to a quick stop after a race
That's
like
fair.
that. He's got
That's fair.
Might be better for me to just go around and.
Yeah. In which case, just kind of okay. I'm gonna move to a better position, and point out as I'm going along. Hey, there seems to be something manifesting. Probably Titan spawn. Get out of here. To randos.
They kind of look and there's what? And they kind of, oh shit! And then someone screams Titan. Charles, you hear this amidst the roar of applause.
Oh shit, my PlayStation.
Excellent. At this point, Majin, you are probably the next to see this creature as you're kind of looping around your little victory lap. The individual you were racing right behind you, are you slowing down at all? Or are you just speeding through this victory lap?
I would slow down at the point of once I make full circle.
Excellent. You begin to slow down. The Russian gentleman comes up next to you, begins to say something as he looks. He's on your right, looking to his left. He says, "A deal with." Pulls out his weapon and points, not at you but past you. You now see the creature beginning to take shape in the center of the track. It is growing larger with each second. Scales, talons. It is very draconic in nature.
The fuck is that? Is that a fucking dragon?
It is an enemy. It is a Titan.
I'll pull out my piece.
He readies his aim and is going to take a shot. Or would you like to do the same?
I'm gonna wait.
Understood. He is going to take a shot real quick. Fire erupts from the weapon. You can now see full force. It's not right in front of you, but it's firing just past you. The force from this weapon, fire rockets outward. You can see it fizzles about halfway and then engulfs the creature in flame. The creature sort of stomps and looms, growing. It's about the size of a house at this point. Gregor, anything?
That's a fucking monster. That everybody run. MAJIN's still there. I can't leave him. I'm willing to bet Charles is going to Leroy's Jenkins in any moment now.
And as you think this, Charles,
I'm gonna sidestep to the creature and use raise the city on the ground beneath it.
step sideways. You just begin to rush forward. You can see Gregor. Charles is rushing through the crowd, excited. You can see him kind of fizzle, disappearing, and is suddenly right in front of it with this boken. Big smile on Charles's face. Charles, you get a close-up of this. The scales, the talons, the maw, from further away, it does indeed look draconic. Up close and personal, like this, the scales look like flaps of skin. Not necessarily hardened scale. The teeth look too thin. The talons are long nails. Not the typical, like a dragon's talons. It's just long fingernails.
Oh. So we're talking Attack on Titan. I thought you were going to be like a dragon or something. Oh well, raise the city on the ground beneath it. Turn it all into gravel.
Excellent. Gregor, with your cry out and everyone kind of crying out, there are those that kind of flee, that are beginning to leave, but you are surrounded by Scions. Many of them step up with a smile on their face, pulling weapons out. You can see the two individuals that were working on what looks like your PlayStation step up, look at one another. There's a bit of discourse between them, and one of them just calls out, "It wasn't me, it's not fucking me, clearly I'm right here. Let's get to work." They rush forward. This crowd of Scions rushing the field, rushing this circuit. MAJIN.
Activate NAC. Biggest threat. And I'm gonna kite this bitch. Otherwise, it has 2 difficulty attacking anybody else.
Excellent. I'll keep that in mind. MAJIN, as you activate biggest threat, your visage becomes very clearly like more intimidating and everything. But how do you get this creature's attention to focus on you? Is there anything you call out, anything you scream out, anything you say?
Look here, you ugly bitch. This is supposed to be my time.
You can see the Russian on your right sort of revs the throttle, gets a little bit ahead of you, reaches across his stomach, grabs another 10mm, hands it to you, and says, "You're gonna need something bigger."
I'll take it then.
You're handed a 10mm. This is a relic. Very clearly, you feel it pulsate in your hand. It feels off, feels a bit heavier, feels too warm. But you can see designs and things sort of flowing with magma. You've got it in your hand. You are ready to fire if you'd like.
Oh, hell yeah. If I can shoot, I'm shooting them. Goddamn, we're bringing this shit down.
By all means.
Get in here.
Let me hear firearms roll. It is beginning to collapse with the raise the city Charles used, just sort of falling just a little bit lower as it's beginning to sink into gravel and rubble.
Four total successes.
4 total successes.
Can I invoke my pilot path of firearms?
Absolutely. Sure. We'll call on some memories of you being in a firefight with possibly a rival club, possibly the law. It's not your first go around. You have a margin of successes. You can choose just keep it, or you can invoke a special stunt, Twist of Fate.
Man, I'm not creative enough for Twist of Fates. I'm gonna keep it for now.
Okay. So you can deal a crit if you'd like.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. You hear this creature roar as you fire. Which weapon are you firing? Your handgun or
The fucking magma gun. What do you think?
You fire this weapon. Nothing rings out. No bullet. No projectile. But you can see along the ground where you were just previously at, where you had fired, a flow of magma. The earth and stone begins to change into an eruption of magma as it reaches this creature, mixing in with Charles's Raise the City and blending in with that gravel, now falling into this pit of molten rock. Charles, the field has changed. This is difficult to stand on now. You're up close and personal with this thing, and now the world is on fire around you.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'd like to use my Boken's reach to make a melee attack roll against it, and then sidestep out of this molten hellscape that I found myself in.
Excellent. So make your attack, and then dip out. I'll say as well, your cloud is nearby. You don't necessarily... You can I'd say you'd be able to take some reflexive stuff and call it to you and hop on, and don't not necessarily need to disengage with this
Can I
creature.
see it?
What's that?
Can I see it?
The cloud? The cloud was just chilling by the van last you left it.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'll call the cloud nearby. I got 6 successes.
6 successes. You can deal an injury condition. Unfortunately, not a crit.
Absolutely.
You can, of course, deal an injury condition. You smack into this creature. You can see the bones in the arm break. It's still growing, but now is, again, very injured, with it sinking into magma and such. Gregor, is there anything you're up to?
The world, they turned it into magma. There's a whole bunch of Scions ready to fight. I take out my gun and shoot it. My mundane gun. It looks like a yeah, this'll do something. I'm helping.
By all means, take out your weapon. You can fire. Chim Chim is rushing up towards your leg. We'll get to that very shortly. Make your attack.
Okay. Three 10s, okay. 2 more 10s.
Don't shit on your normal firearm. What the fuck?
Another 10.
Like keep talking.
10 successes. 8 dice pool.
Gregor's like, I got this. Outstanding. Fantastic. Take some narrative control. What's this shot look like? It's a normal gun, but what happens here? You can deal injury conditions, a crit even.
Despite all odds, I have somehow managed to find its weak spot with this bare bones gun. And this bullet flies through the air, causing a wound that spouts off just an annoying amount of blood. If Charles is in the vicinity, he is likely coated.
I'll leave that to Charles. Are you in the vicinity? Do you want to be coated in creature blood? Excellent. So your shot rings out, blowing past the Scions through the air into this creature's eye. Something has shattered, and this spray of blood and goop has just coated you, Charles. You can smell the scent of burning blood as it hits magma. It has ceased growing. It's the size of a medium-sized house, probably 2 stories. It stopped growing now. The Scions are rushing forward. People are excited. People are flying through the air. People are sort of surfing along the ground. Charles, everyone can feel free to give me a cunning and, a cunning and whatever you guys would like to take to notice something. Just about the crowd. If you don't feel like you'd be focused on the crowd itself, that's rushing toward the Scions or rushing toward this creature, then by all means you can forego this roll.
I mean,
I've been using integrity most of the session.
Directing Gregor. The crowd is where Gregor was shooting from, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I would definitely be looking that way after the blood splattered all over me.
Excellent.
So I'd like to use survival, if that's all right with you.
I think this is a very survival situation.
Can I use integrity? Since I've been using them most of the session anyways.
Yeah,
For this
absolutely.
sort of stuff. Cool.
3. Charles, you catch only 2 individuals. You can see in the distance, Gregor, weapon raised, seems to have fired a weapon, taking part in the fight. In addition, you can see the reigning champion of the stopping power portion of the competition, Albing, and he is rushing forward. He's grown wings. His own hands have changed into talons and scales. And he's rushing forward, crying out, that is no dragon.
He's a lizard.
It's a salamander. Gregor.
Yeah.
If you said 5?
Mm-hmm.
5. You see this as well. The wings of Al Bing are smaller. You know, not really just like erupting from his form or anything like that. But he's rushing forward. You hear him cry out, "There, that is no dragon." Very clearly able to make out that Al Bing is of draconic heritage. Yeah. In addition, with 5 successes, you can feel Chim Chim kind of tug and try to get your attention.
Yeah. Address Jim Jim.
He points, and looking in his direction he's pointing, you can see an individual just looks like he's coated in oil. This brownish, blackish liquid, fully naked, weeping, watching all this.
Well, there's a lot of Scions fighting, including a parent dragon, so I'm going to go ahead and, or I will, on my next turn, probably investigate that.
Excellent. MAJIN, you're up, bud.
I don't know why you didn't use this shit against me. You probably would have won. And I'll shoot another fucking round.
You can hear as he fires his other relic and says, "Unfair advantage. I'm a man of honor." He fires again.
Six total successes.
Excellent. Both your shots ring out. That same magma flow just rushes forward. He begins to sink lower and lower. The other shot hits, and you can see the burst of flame across this creature's skin. MAJIN, you can hear him say, as you make the second shot and create a larger pool of magma, he just kind of, just so you can hear, loud enough so you guys can hear as you guys are riding, he says, "Though it did cross my mind." You guys continue firing against the creature. Charles, you're up. You are joined very quickly by Scions, by this draconic form of Al Bing.
Yeah. I'm going to make a ranged attack as I back off a little bit with my bowkin. I'm going to throw it right at the spot that bursted out with blood, the weak point, if you will.
Understood. Go ahead and give me that roll. This... Well, I'm going to make a roll as well. We're going to see if you suffer a complication. So before you roll, let me get some stuff sorted.
Okay. Is it cool if I invoke my path?
Yes. Which path?
I was thinking my combat training path.
Excellent. You haven't invoked it at all this session, yeah?
Nope, I haven't invoked any paths this session.
Excellent. So you have an enhancement for based on your path, +2. In addition, Al Bing has granted you an enhancement as well, so you have a total enhancement of +5.
All right, cool. My roll is my roll's 12, like total.
Okay, 12 total.
Successes.
You have a +3 complication that you can buy off. If you do not buy it off, you are going to be knocked back into the ground after your attack.
You know what? Not going to buy it off.
Okay. You can see the Al Bing sort of takes his hand as the creature kind of moves to swipe you out of the air. He holds it at bay with his talon. This humanoid-sized creature holding back this this large hand. The creature begins to swipe at you. You make your attack. You can deal a crit. And I believe. Yeah, you have a couple cents you can buy. You've crit. You can just do injury conditions, or with you invoking the path, twists of fate. And with I'll say, since you are heroic tier, they can be supernatural now.
Fantastic. I don't know about supernatural, but I will invoke a twist of fate. Can I do the crit and do the twist of fate?
Yes, you do have enough. Depending on the twist of fate, it will cost a certain number of successes. So I'll let you know if it would go over that.
Okay. Fantastic. So yeah, I'll do the crit, and then man, it just so happens that Raise the City went right into a fault line over a sinkhole that drops into a chamber of magma.
Excellent. I'm gonna say that's gonna cost you 3. You just barely can with the enhancements. You'll be able to just get the crit, and that'll be your only twist of fate. Are you cool with that? All right.
Yep.
Excellent. So this happens. The Albing it blocked one of the arms that are reaching towards you to smack you down before it deals with the rest of the Scions. It begins to sink. Albing calls out and starts to, like, you can see a spray of water begin to move forward, almost trying to push you out of the way. Not quick enough, however, before you get smacked down into the ground. That complication that wasn't bought off. It looks like Albing is trying to redirect the water to make it so you're not just landing in magma, but you're likely going to get burned a little bit as this creature begins to sink into the ground. Gregor.
Yep.
You're up, amigo.
Off to the random crying person.
You approach.
What's going on?
I'm sorry. He made me. I'm sorry he made me.
Made you do what?
He looks toward the creature.
Can you stop?
No.
Who made you?
The man in yellow.
Okay, that's enough. I know who that is.
He'll kill me. He'll kill me. He reaches for you, Gregor.
Well, okay. I'll mental prison him. Need to interrogate him later.
What's it
Put him in
do?
prison. So I'm gonna require. Where is it?
The names of these powers are so wild. I'm just like, wait, what do you mean?
You lock a person within their own mind, creating an entire world in which they believe they are interacting. The illusion feeds upon the target's own where fuck. I scrolled down and it lost me my place. Target feeds upon their own memories and thoughts, filling in the gaps and maintaining the details with whatever they believe should be there. You can direct what the person builds the prison out of, such as childhood memories or current surroundings. Once started, you have no control over it. So I'm going to imbue an awareness and roll awareness plus manipulation versus their resolve plus legend.
Excellent. Resolve plus legend?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead and give me your rolls.
All right. So I've got 5 successes.
4.
Cool. So they are in a mental prison. It's going to be the current situation.
Understood.
They think.
What does he begin to see?
He thinks he manages to grab me, and then he just is like.
You can you see him kind of reach out and is just stuck in this position. For a brief moment, you can see him. What he sees, he just grabs you and pulls you close and begins to bite, to claw, to begin to brutalize you. And then your vision returns. You are in this moment, not locked in his memories, not locked in his mind. Excellent. Starting off last round with MAJIN. The creature is sinking. Charles just gotten smacked out of the air.
Is this still visible?
It's sinking, but yes, it's still visible.
I guess I'll shoot again. Yeah, sure.
Excellent. You hear you have a choice before you roll. You hear the Russian speak out to you. He says, "Call on the fire of the earth. Speak his name."
The fire, who the fuck you talking about?
You can feel free to make a culture roll. Anything you would like to use in your mental arena to recall who is the fire of the earth.
Okay. You said a culture and a what roll?
Anything in your mental arena.
Thing in your mental. Cunning. Five successes.
5 successes. You know enough about the pantheon. The I just choked on the word. The Bulgovi. And you've had feuds with this particular MC for long enough to know they are followers of Vadozic. You can call on his name to give this weapon more oomph. No telling what that effect might be for your own pantheon or what that will mean for the relations. It could be positive, could be negative.
Can I call on like my own fire type dude?
I will. I'll allow it. Do you know this gentleman?
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. But or if this, is part of it, but the lighter of the fire, Cormosta of the Tingri.
You absolutely can. You absolutely can. He's giving you.
I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be like, I guess that would be my first initial instinct reaction.
Understood. You do this as you fire. Make your firearms roll. In tandem with that, while you're rolling, Charles, what are you up to? You got smacked down to the ground. Cloud is now hanging in the air and call it back towards you very quickly, but you've been smacked down into the ground. No injury condition, thankfully.
Yeah. I would like to use my movement to use sidestepping to pop up behind its head and smack the butt fucking brains into it.
I'll say that I can see how this would work, but I feel like you're getting a misinterpretation of what step sideways is. Step sideways is not just random teleportation. You are moving a path unimpeded. I'll say that you can sort of appear through your cloud all along the other side. So just bear that in mind. But yes, you do this.
Cool.
I got 7 successes.
7 successes. Excellent. You may deal a crit as you fire out, and you call on the Tengri Pantheon, bolstering this weapon.
Can I do a different stunt?
What would you like to do? You have You can, yes. Short
So
story, yes.
To make it go prone, I'm really trying to, get behind what Charles is doing and make it fall down into the magma pool.
Excellent.
But it says success is equal to the opponent's stamina to knock it down.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You do this. I've already rolled, so I'm just going to give this to you. I'm not going to re-roll for stamina or anything like that. This is take some narrative control. What's this look like? With you calling on the Tengri, you know what this weapon's done. I've described, that path of magma. What does it look like when you call on the Tengri? How does it augment this?
If you will, it's the normal eruption that's going underneath the earth, hitting it as usual, but as soon as it makes contact of another eruption, there's a divine fire that comes from the sky at the same time, making it clash and proceeding to knock this motherfucker down.
If I may add something, in addition, this does take place. You can feel the unison almost of the Tengri and the Bulgovi. You see, as it begins to sink, a large winged bird or winged creature. This bird that you are very familiar with. Your golden eagle swoops down, tearing into this creature's eye, pulling something away and then departing. Charles, you see the golden eagle tear something from its eye and rush away. What would you like to do? You've moved behind it.
Yeah, I was planning on hitting it and then trying to use a reflexive action to summon my Bokin through the other side of its eye socket.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me that attack.
Fantastic. I got 9 successes.
9 successes. Take some narrative control. What's this look like?
It looks like me dropping a hammer fist down on it, making it sink a little bit deeper as I launch myself a little higher, and I hold my hand up, and my Bokin just spirals out from the top of its dome piece into my hand. And then I land on my cloud and just fucking float off.
Excellent. You do this as, again, coated in blood, sort of floating, Bokin in hand, as you watch the other Scions make their attacks, swarming this creature as it begins to sink, sort of taking chunks, taking their trophies. Albing strikes into this creature, no longer with wings. He's changing form. Give me a culture roll, Charles.
Culture and intellect? Or just culture?
Works for me. Culture and intellect.
Okay. I have 3 successes.
3 successes. enough to realize Ao Bing is very clearly draconic. You would come to this conclusion on your own. The scales feel familiar. The form, the lack of wings that he's taking now, he's a smaller dragon. Very much like his father, that you recognize through stories and through your own kind of dip into your father's excursions, we'll say. And Ao Bing is the third son. He's the third son of the Crystal Palace, the third son of the Dragon of the Sea. That your father got his bowstaff from. Well, stole his staff from.
That gives me a name for my bowkin. I'm gonna call it Kami no Mizu Ryu, the god of the water dragon.
Disgusting. So realize this, that you are the sons of two creatures that have deep history. Gregor.
Yeah, I mean, he's not coming out of this for the rest of the scene, so...
Sick. You can see in the distance that this creature is just sinking into magma. Definitely has repercussions throughout, like, this space. It's suddenly gotten warmer. There's some cracks along the ground. New Orleans, in the distance, is probably going to feel this as well. Yeah. You guys all see this creature begin to sink into the ground. You guys, as shots ring out, the Scions themselves are making their attacks. This creature is not long for this world.
Yeah.
Man. That was a dumbass move.
You can see, as this creature sinks below the ground, just clawing, people start to smash at the fingers and whatnot. Very, I shouldn't say quickly, but after a few moments, the world is not at peace. But the creature is gone. They now turn to Ao Bing in draconic form. It's grown a little bit larger. Weapons raised.
I'm gonna go in front of Ao Bing and be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
It was one of his. They look exactly like. What do you mean?
It was made out of flesh. He has scales. What are you talking about? You were up in its face.
You can see, you can hear, Charles, behind you. Ao Bing starts to kind of like that hiss sort of loom around you. The serpentine body moving, and says, "That was no dragon." MAJIN, you and the Russian individual on the motorcycle, you guys have the option to slow down and join this.
Yeah. Definitely if I see Charles in there in the mix.
I take the opportunity to find a cord or something and tie this guy up.
Yeah, absolutely.
While he's still in his prison.
Yeah.
Cool.
Chim Chim's kind of helping, just like looking for rope and just like hands like shoestrings towards you.
Thank you, Chim Chim. I try to incorporate as much of that into it as possible.
Excellent. You do this over time. You have this gentleman tied up. You can see that Charles is in front of a dragon. Looks like he's defending and making a case. MAJIN, you see this as well. There's a bunch of people, a bunch of these Scions that are kind of calling out and saying, like, he's clearly one of them. This is one of his ilk. This is a dual attack on the competition.
What are you talking about? This guy was all about protecting the competition from me. Are you saying if it came up with a tail, you would be coming at me like this?
Dude, if it looks like a monkey, yeah, probably.
If it looks like a monkey, it's probably my fucking dad, okay? That has nothing to do with me.
Give me a persuasion roll, Charles.
Alright, can I do empathy and presence?
No.
No?
I will say persuasion and presence.
We've been having to do many of those.
Okay.
The deflation. I'm so sorry.
I didn't know persuasion was a skill. I have one.
You got one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're not buying it. They don't. You're gathering that they think that he's covering his own ass whenever the creature was clearly outnumbered. Clearly the creature and him didn't expect all of them to jump into this fight. MAJIN, you're at this point where you are amidst the crowd.
Rev. Make them fucking part ways and shut the fuck up.
Still a pool of magma that's kind of starting to cool. They begin to part for you, thinking that you're going to take part in this.
What's going on? Charles, what's up?
They think it was a dragon, so they're thinking it was his fault.
MAJIN, from your perspective, while you were riding around, you didn't get a great look at it, but it did look like it had scales and talons and looked draconic.
The old boy said it was Titan spawn.
He did.
Look, even if it was a dragon, he still fucking attacked him, fought him. So who gives a fuck?
He can't be trusted. We were just attacked by one of his kind. Who's to say he's not in on it?
Well, it sounds like you don't trust him to begin with.
We all heard. We all felt the change in the world. There was something off.
Yeah, are you talking about the dragons waking up? Like, so?
You can see Nis and lost her name. Nis
Chia.
Not Chia, you son of a bitch. Nis and Chia kind of step up. Chia takes the head on this and says, "This is my competition. I'm charged with its safety. Al Bing, you're going to come with me. We're going to ask you some questions. The rest of you, back to your vehicles." The crowd kind of murmurs. She speaks up again and says, "I'm not asking." You can see in tandem, Nis kind of steps up. No one makes direct opposition. They kind of drift a little bit, still glaring up at Albing and Charles.
I think we could take him out, Bing.
There's that hiss, and he speaks low. Only you can hear him. He says, "You have no reason to defend me."
You help defend me. What are you talking about?
In battle, it is different. My kind are
That was a social battle then.
mistrusted, and it's best if I just leave.
No, that's stupid. It's for all Scions. Doesn't fucking matter who your parents were.
MAJIN, what would you like to do? The crowd is drifting apart, going back to their spaces.
I'll wait a little bit, ensure nobody's getting jumpy. And then I guess eventually I'll catch up back to old dude. Give him his gun back.
He takes it from you. Says, "You did not call on him."
Oh, dude. I'm sorry. I'm pretty new to all this. You said the fire And so I, you know, said the first one came to my mind, you know. So
You fight well. Almost as well as you race.
oh, I appreciate it. It's hard fought, you know.
Holsters both of his weapons. Kind of looks you over. It's interesting to see the Tengri and the Bulgovi fired in one shot.
I mean, it was fucking epic. That shit was... I didn't think that shit was happening.
Truthfully, I did not know if it would work. A deal is a deal. I hope that you can get this sorted out.
You want to make a change to the deal?
Did you have it in mind?
Looking at, you know, his weapons, how about we just scrap, you know, the whole 7 years, and, you know, if you're willing to part ways with one of those, maybe, you know,
Bull.
the Tinger and Bagovi could, you know, start mending a little bit.
Any sort of gift of they're very precious to me. I am not born, I am not created. I am Varozich. I'm still remembering. I cannot give this to you. But I can teach you. Provide you the instructions to make your own. Something less powerful, more suited to your pantheon, no?
If history, I'm not gonna get into that.
He claps you on the shoulder. I will send the blueprints.
Deal.
And I will see you next year. For a rematch.
Year. I'll be here.
For now, it looks like competition is over. Me and we will ride. Never deal with aftermath. Not my place.
Yeah. Well, looks like I'm gonna be here for a time. Looking over to Charles and Albing.
Enjoy your legislation, your bureaucratic process.
I'm gonna leave that to him.
He nods and returns to his vehicle. He has stated he will give you the blueprints. You're trusting him to drop those off at some point, or leave them with your van or with one of your allies.
Yeah. Honor, you know. Let's see it.
Excellent. Gregor, the Scions begin to pour in back into the main sort of camping ground, we'll say. There's a distinct murmuring around, like, fucking dragons, dude. I heard them, you know. Yeah, sure you did, buddy. Everyone just felt that pulse. I'm serious. I was in a Terra Incognita and I heard it. Yeah, sure you did. Either way, man, they can't be fucking trusted. You know, they were around before gods. Sure they were. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay.
These murmurings, this distrust among dragons is all that people seem to be going on about.
Yeah, it's to be expected. I mean, there's a war about to start.
You have a naked, oiled individual tied up.
Mm-hmm.
Chim Chim.
They should be coming to any while now.
Chim Chim, sort of sitting by his forehead, looking into his eyes. He does indeed come to. Strange. He does indeed come to. He starts to like gasp, and Chim Chim just immediately punches him in the temple. Just no. Doesn't knock him out or anything like that, but Chim Chim punches him and scurries up to your shoulders, just like,
hello.
I killed you. You're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Good old time resetting. Isn't that great? Anyways, now that you know that that won't work, I got questions. You got answers. That means, I think we can make a fair trade there. I'll give you a question, you give me an answer.
People are streaming around you and kind of stopping. You have, again, a tied up, naked, oiled up individual. But we'll get back to you very shortly. Charles and MAJIN, Al Bing is with you guys as well as Nis and Gia. What are you guys up to?
This means we're gonna have to wait longer for the PlayStation, right? And that bit with that thing, does that count as me wrecking the competition? Like, I feel like that should be excluded.
Nis kind of chuckles and Gia kind of looks at you over and just, we'll call it even for the good you did.
Oh, fuck yes. MAJIN, how'd you do in your race?
I won.
The two ladies gesture to Al Bing. Kindly take your mortal form and come with us.
Yeah, y'all ain't seriously like gonna fucking what's gonna happen?
Gia looks at you and says,
They're gonna ask him a question.
the safety of the competition is my responsibility. I need answers.
All right, well, can we listen in?
For what purpose?
Man, if he's a fucking dragon, I never met a dragon before. That was my first time seeing a fucking Titan spawn. Yeah.
You can see
Yeah, that was weird. It made it seem.
Al Bing has taken mortal form once more. You can see the scales on the tattoo are slowly drifting back onto the dragon's body as it shifts, resting on his back on a solid back piece. It says,
"Oh, that's fucking dope."
He looks to the two ladies and says, I have no crimes to answer for. If you have questions, I'll honor the competition by answering whatever you need. Ladies look to you and says, look to the two of you and say, feel free. Sit in if you want. Don't interfere.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it seems like the majority of people, seems like he doesn't have any friends. You know, I just want to make sure he gets a fair shake. You know?
Al Bing doesn't
his friend.
react. Go on.
Oh, I was saying, I'm his friend. What are you talking about, MAJIN?
A lot of friends. You're everybody's friend. You honestly, you're Tom. All right, you don't count. Okay, so
What? Tom from MySpace was my best friend, MAJIN. You take that back right now.
he was mine too.
To the tent.
Okay. All right. Mom's the word. Got it.
You guys begin to walk, rejoining the other Scions and marching toward their tents. You can see a crowd is gathered around Gregor. This naked, oiled-up gentleman is here. Gregor, you have a moment of questioning, if you so choose. Again, there are people all around you.
You're muted.
Muted.
Just nothing to see here. Go away. Shut up.
Eat dicks. I want to know what's going on. What the fuck is this guy here for?
Oh, he had something to do with the thing. All right.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so we're not going anywhere.
It's fine. He's appropriately subdued. All right, bud. So you mentioned the king. What's going on? He said he'd kill you. So why don't you answer my questions, and we'll see if we can help. Probably gonna kill you for this failure. Your monster's dead. Everything was destroyed in this timeline, so
I will start the flame. And he opens his jaw wide.
nah, okay. Because of the oil, you're gonna set yourself on fire, aren't you?
He bites off his tongue.
Oh, you dumb motherfucker. Anybody here have healing?
A few people are like, yeah, dude,
Make his tongue grow back.
that's fucking hardcore.
Listen, he bit off his tongue. Listen, he can do it as many times as he wants at this point.
Majin, Charles, around this time, you guys outbanging the two ladies, stewards of the competition, guardians of the competition, we'll just call them in a group, approach.
Gregor?
Is that the greased up guy from Canada?
Sorry, you both spoke at the same time. What'd you say?
I'll just make sure we approach Gregor or somewhere else.
You guys can approach Gregor.
I would go to Gregor if I notice him.
There he is.
Is that the grease up guy from Family Guy?
What?
It's a dude
You
that
know what?
runs around in his underwear greased up.
No,
Thank you.
he's the guy who created that thing, or is at least tied to it. I imagine somebody's growing his tongue back by now.
Yeah,
Talking about the Titan spawn?
Yeah, presumably. That was a Titan spawn? Thought it was a dragon.
No,
No.
I mean that's what the Bagobi said. He said it was a Titan spawn.
Oh, interesting.
you can hear people kind of calling out, just like, no, it was definitely a fucking dragon. It had scales.
What, scales of meat?
There are meat scales. You don't know.
Prove it.
I mean,
Yes, I do.
I'll point out that scales aren't exclusive to dragons. Is that your argument? Whether or not scales are exclusive to dragons?
Dude, it had talons and wings. It was definitely a dragon.
Okay. I don't
Birds
understand.
have talons and wings too. So,
And scales, actually.
What? No. The birds don't have scales.
Yeah,
There was some kind of
yeah,
leans
they
over,
do.
like, dude, they have scales along their feet and shit. That's not scales, is it? Kind of. Fuck you.
It is. They're scales. If you look at the ones that are meant for running, they're scales.
Dude kind of reaches up and says, I healed his tongue. I don't know if this is important anymore. He clearly quickly
it's
again
not.
bites it off again.
God
Wow.
damn it, man.
what the fuck
Listen-
is his problem?
Listen, we're gonna keep growing your tongue back. You gotta talk. You can't kill yourself.
Nis and the guardians of the competition kind of look to you guys and say, bring him to our tent. God.
Can you grow his tongue back?
You. To the tent. I really don't want to be to the tent. Fuck. God damn it.
Cool. I try to drag the chair, remember that I'm weak, and be like, imagine, Charles, can one of you drag the chair he's tied to?
Oh my god.
I'll drag the chair with my tail.
Fucking support.
It doesn't have
characters.
It doesn't have wheels.
You're strong enough to drag a chair, dude. It's just not like it's fucking made of stone. You'll be fine.
It's also got a human on it.
I'm gonna drag it by the back leg so his face is just like dragging across the ground.
Don't do that. He'll take the opportunity to try to kill himself.
Okay, fine.
You guys.
Can we just knock his teeth out?
No. We don't want to waste any healing. He keeps biting off his tongue. Might be
Sorry.
masochist.
You guys head into their tents. This sort of two tents right next to one another, large. Looks to be no door or anything between them. But you guys head over into Shia's tent. This enters in and is just like, huh. You never let me in here. You guys have a captive? And then they look immediately to Ao Bing. Do you know this man? No. We have ways of finding out if you're lying. You know this, right? I'm aware. I don't know this man. Questioning begins. Questions, they focus on Ao Bing, for the time being. Questions of, were you a part of this? Did you know this was going to happen? Was it a dragon? If not a dragon, then what? Ao Bing provides as much answers as he can. No, he wasn't aware of this. He doesn't know this creature. The dragons, nothing to do with this. His father is... His father is tied to the Shen. He has no reason to attack gods.
So y'all like cousins?
Much, much further removed.
Second cousins.
His father stole weapons and bullied him into giving him his phoenix feather cap, his golden chainmail. His father is a thief and without honor.
Yeah, you're probably right. My father can be a real piece of work.
Rotten fruit can only grow from a decrepit tree.
Oh, calm
Have I
down.
seen Rotten?
He eyes you. You can see a little bit of conflict. You spoke just on instinct, looks like. But he holds his tongue now. I don't care about your family histories. Just want to know what's going on here. And to be absolutely honest, no, not from you. To be honest, you guys are a suspect as well. 3 new people to the competition, and suddenly Titan Spawn get bold enough to attack the competition. We haven't had this since she was active. And this kind of looks around.
He's a Titan Spawn?
And this kind of looks at her and just like, thanks. Really appreciate that. Love that.
Oh, I mean, I already have the answer there. It was an attack on us.
See? I don't even know these guys. Why would I want to kill them?
Oh, I thought Titan Spawns were just like mindless things.
Fuck you. That's very that's very close-minded.
No. I mean, I'm just saying. I thought Titan Spawn were like the things that were out. That thing.
Misconception and that's prejudice.
Well, I apologize. Ignorance. I'm not ignorant anymore. So I'm new to all this. Oh, jeez.
I'm reformed. Still have some ties, but we're not all mindless creatures.
I was under the perception of put them down and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying.
I don't like him.
No, I'm just saying. I'm learning, and it's nice to meet you. That's cool. That's cool.
And Jill kind of looks between the two of you and says, "Yeah, that's cool. Cool. What's this one got to do with anything?"
Oh, dude was sent to kill us.
How do you know that?
He mentioned that he works for the King in Yellow. King in Yellow has tried to kill us.
Did Phil do this?
I don't know any King in Yellow. Who the fuck is Phil?
Phil is an agent of the King in Yellow who tried to deal with us before. Probably an assassination attempt on their part. This guy doesn't talk a lot, and he keeps biting off his own tongue. I was trying to get more information, but I'd hazard a guess he was an assassination attempt on us without realizing exactly what would happen.
Rather than Majin, you look like you have something to say.
Are you telling me like the Titan Spawn are like connected to that stuff? Like they got control of that stuff?
No. Remember what Phil said? He was a recruiter. I'm willing to bet, based on what this guy has said, also with possible killing, he's gotten a few under his belt, under his employ. I don't think it's a whole. Those are a level lower than Phil's dad.
All right, you.
Hmm?
The three of you. Let's all take a seat. Sounds like you have some information for me. Turns to...
Do you really want to know
Okay.
this?
Yeah. I really want to know this. Then turns to
Okay,
Albin.
well...
Hold on. You don't... I don't...
It is within our best interest to warn you. A fact once learned can never be forgotten.
It's fine. She deserves to know. Let's share.
Charles, now you're being an asshole right now. All right.
The three of you sit down. Albing, if you would kindly join them. I want some information. There's been rumors. Hephaestus himself has made some things known.
Who?
God. It's the Greek god of falling off mountains.
I will beat the shit out of you. Nis kind of looks and says, see, he's an asshole too.
Sorry, I don't
That was so...
read much.
So, you guys are interrogated. Gregor, with that comment being made, MAJIN with some understandable prejudices being so new about Titan Spawn being made. This isn't a pleasant interrogation. This is a very difficult conversation.
Can't believe I volunteered to be here. God.
Charles, they don't know what to make of you. To be absolutely honest.
Okay.
You can see, during this, what's the approach here, gentlemen? Honesty, full honesty,
a regrettable honesty, and that I will take pleasure in teaching her the horrid things that lurk in the dark.
Cool. I'll say
Telling them everything.
this. Who is attempting to be most, like, on the scale from 1 to 10? I'm gonna ask each of you, how amicable are you being? They are already offset by you guys.
15.
15.
Probably around a 4, because I don't necessarily want to say that I'm a part of that which lurks, but I'm going to explain to them the situation. Maybe let them get their licks in.
Understood.
Have some fun with it.
MAJIN?
Counter interrogate.
What was the number scale?
1 to 10.
1 to 10.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'll say a 10, I'm more so just trying to... I know how these two could get, they get rambling. I'm just trying to organize it, be like, clarify.
Okay.
Calm down, Charles.
So,
Gregory...
You guys continue this. Al Bing is in interrogation as well. This oiled up individual is kind of just tucked over to the side. They'll deal with him very shortly. Majin, you jump to play mediator. And after punching Gregor once or twice, after shrugging off Charles's aloof demeanor, the sort of everybody loves Charles, they listen to you for a good portion of this. You play mediator. Charles, notably, as you kind of joke and whatnot, Al Bing just kind of shakes his head every once in a while and just... There's a frustration there, you can see.
Aw, he's mad he likes me.
Sure.
He's mad he likes Char.
With this being said, you guys explain the mythos. Gregor, you don't let loose what you are. I'm gonna need a sort of subterfuge or deception.
Oh. I can do that. Manipulation subterfuge?
Perfectly fine.
Excellent.
MAJIN, Charles, you attempting to keep his identity a secret as well?
I'm
I would.
going to let Gregor take lead on whatever about him he wants to say.
But are you? But you're also keeping quiet about who he is, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I'll follow his lead on how he wants to approach that.
Excellent. Take 2 enhancement from your allies.
8 total then.
8 total. You managed to keep them out of that sort of loop. Following each other's leads, you kind of keep Gregor out of the tie. They do question who you all are. You know, what pantheons you are tied to. Scions of who.
I mean, you know, badasses.
I'm just a sorcerer. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm a Scion of Sun Wukong.
Albin kind of speaks up and says, I can vouch for that. MAJIN, do you give the name of your pantheon?
I mean, you can kind of put it together, you know.
What? Just tell him you're a Scion of the Kong.
There it is.
I'm leading up. God damn it.
It's not
I
always a
start
dramatic
saying the chant.
reveal,
I'm
MAJIN.
saying the chant.
You start saying shit. Charles, your leg seizes up. Albin kind of looks down as you fall off the chair and is just like, looks to you, MAJIN, and says, neat trick. Can
I'm
anyone
going to
learn
use
that?
Raise the City on the amulet.
You use Raise the City on the amulet. A very focused thing. You cause a small earthquake. Some of the area in the tent becomes gravel, but the amulet persists. You can see the 2 ladies are ready for combat. They say, enough!
Khan. I'm the son of the Khan.
This interrogation continues. You guys persist. After getting the knowledge of what happened here. So this is all because of you.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Nah,
probably.
Let's comment.
I would say it was an attack on us.
But
It's
what?
unfair. It's unfair to blame us for being attacked.
Albing
It's
speaks
the
up.
fault
Go
of
ahead.
the king in yellow. That's who's at fault here.
Albing
So-
Yeah.
speaks up and says, so this creature wants a war between gods and dragons.
It's more nuanced than that. He wants... So, to understand him in any capacity is to go insane. As such, the best way I can explain it is that a war between gods and dragons is beneficial, not to him specifically, but he will profit off of it. He didn't cause it, but he's got to do a thing here shortly, and a war between gods and dragons will allow him to do that thing more effectively. What that thing is, I don't know. He's got a couple of agents that we've run into exactly one of, running around the world as such. He's probably planning something very malicious, something very dangerous, something that's likely going to get a lot of people killed because he doesn't seem to care about any living creature, even his own minions. But that can be debatable.
He speaks up and says, but the dragons are to be his patsy.
No. Yes. No. Whoever loses.
It sounds like
patsy.
he's.
Sorry?
It sounds like he's using the dragons, at least.
We can't confirm that he is, though. We don't know that he started this.
Albing speaks up and
It's,
says, what more proof do you need? A haphazard creature disguised as a dragon? He looks to the two guardians and says, am I still on trial here? Or can I return to my father and warn him? They look to him, kind of shake their head and just go. We'll make things right here.
Wait. Let's exchange contact real quick, man, before you go.
MAJIN kind of looks over at you and then looks over at the anklet on Charles's leg and just, sure. You wouldn't happen to be willing to part with that chant, would you? Teach it to somebody else?
I was entrusted. I'm sorry.
Figured. I'll send a messenger soon.
All right.
Kind of looks to Nis and Jan. Just a small bow. Apologize for my part in the destruction. Looks to you, Charles, and says, thank you for coming to my aid, and thank you for vouching for me. And he leaves.
Absolutely. Anytime.
You guys are left.
I like him.
In this tent. These two guardians look over the three of you. You can stay one evening. By all means, mingle. Explain yourselves to anyone who might have questions. Hate to leave you here without any sort of explanation. People will talk, and that's always bad. Then, when everyone else packs up and leaves, you're gone too.
Oh.
Quick question.
Go on.
Are you still gonna fix up the PS5?
Sure.
Cool.
Where about that guy?
Yeah.
We're taking
The
care
grease
of
guy.
him.
Okay.
Can we be a part of the interrogation of him?
No.
He was sent to kill us. All right. All right. If that's what you want, I did warn you.
Look, I know this is like your thing, like your whole ring, you know. But I don't know, like, if you plan on taking it far, you know, like hunting these people down and stuff. We're gonna be dealing with it on a daily basis, you know. We have been. So
This is a competition that Hephaestus charged me to keep control of, to keep watch over. I'll learn what I can from him. And when I inform Hephaestus, I'll let him decide who needs to know. This is out of the depths of us. This is a matter for gods.
only if
Yeah, right quick, I will point out, you know that Mardi Gras just ended, right?
What of it?
I mean, like, a couple hours ago. That was him.
Thank you for the information. You may leave.
I'm warning you.
You may
messing
leave.
with
And this kind of leans in.
them-
She's gonna fucking hit you again.
Let her hit me again. He messes with your mind. This information may never meet Hephaestus. You are not properly prepared, and I doubt you are.
Out.
Okay.
Come on. Let's. We did our due diligence.
Start ushering Gregor out the door.
Excellent. The three of you.
If faces are too symmetrical,
Too symmetrical.
Let's go.
God damn it. The
Wait, if we're all at awareness too, do I look even more handsome to them now?
the three of you depart into the night. This interrogation led into the evening. You guys are free to mingle among the crowd, as people no doubt have many questions what happened with the interrogation. But that, for now, is where we will end today's session of Scion Godsend. Well done, gentlemen. Interesting.
Woo!
Without a doubt. Anyone short-term deeds?
Yes. Managed to use mental prison.
I competed in a competition.
Correct.
Charles?
Does that count as fixing the...
I sure wish I could hear you.
Does that count as fixing the PS5?
No, not quite yet.
No.
Long-term deeds.
Yeah.
Which one?
Peter Russian.
Yeah.
Excellent. Charles, yours?
Mine was to beat a dragon. And I dare say I beat the dragon in the competition.
Hold off on that one. A ruling has not been given, as, it was interrupted by, Flesh Monster. MAJIN, that is a short-term, a long-term, and a band term for you, so I feel congratulations in order as you ascend to Hero Tier Scion.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we'll be choosing some purviews, getting some callings going, and your ascension is nigh, my friend. Congratulations.
Thank
you. That's all for us. We're going to divvy out experience after this is all said and done. I, of course, have been your storyteller or your story guide for this episode of Scion Godsend, Gilbert Ramos. You can find me everywhere at Ramos the Nomad. That's TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, all of the social media on all of the things. We, of course, have been the Rolling Nomads. You can find us over on our channel, twitch.tv/Rolling Nomads. Best way to keep up with us, however, is on our Twitter, @_Rolling Nomads. That's where we post any deviations from schedule, any late streams, and keep up to date and when we're going live and all that. You can also find these episodes, all the most recent episodes, up on YouTube, over on youtube.com/Rolling Nomads, where we have all the episodes of Scion. We have some vampire stuff going on over there. Yeah, it's a great time. You guys will notice the social media links down over there. I broke this overlay. It no longer displays our latest follower, our most recent followers. I'm sorry. It's been broken for like weeks now. I've been trying to fix it. If any of you guys have any idea how to fix it, you can tweet at me. Tweet at Rolling Nomads. It's used player me overlays. So if you guys have any idea how I broke that, cool, let me know. That'd be great. That's all I got for my plugs and the Rolling Nomad plugs. You guys, what you guys got?
I don't exist. These
There it
two guys
is.
exist. I'll say them again if you don't.
Sweet.
Stop.
Plugs?
You
No
wanna say 'em?
plugs?
You want to say them or
Nope.
shall I?
I'm not fucking saying them. Don't you do it.
Harass both of these individuals on their Twitter at Giriato Art for Charles and at Edge Survival for MAJIN. Don't dox them, just bully them just a little bit. But yeah, we appreciate you guys very much. I appreciate you, Little Neatus. I will hit you up about that as well, fixing the overlay. I don't know what I did to it. But we have been the Rolling Nomads, and we appreciate you guys' viewership, all that good stuff. We will see you next Sunday, Small Cat. We will see you guys next Sunday, same time, same Scions, same time, same place. Adios, see you soon.